Hello children, good morning. Welcome back to the class. We had a discussion regarding the three sectors and all, isn't it? So now even that is continuation. Same topics will be again discussed in this third lesson called production and employment. Okay, so and yesterday I got a message related to one student had a doubt regarding currency. Okay, why Indian currency is low? So I'll tell you one thing, that in the international standards currency will be there children. So we have our own currency, I know, but what happens is because we have our own currency, we prepare our own currency, it doesn't mean that we can go to whatever extent. There will be a limit children. If too much is there, then there will be no value. So as per the economy of the country, it will be dependent upon the GDP. If GDP is high, automatically the currency value will be high. And if GDP is low, currency value will be low children. This we have to keep in mind. And once again I will tell you what is GDP. What is GDP? GDP is nothing but the goods and services produced in a country in a year is called GDP. Okay, so what is happening? This will include all the economic activities from the three sectors. Whatever, either it can be production or it can be rendering services, that is either doing some job. All the economic activities. What are economic activities? Activities which indulge with money, in earning money is called economic activity. Okay, so what will happen is here, now you must have observed before the lockdown was relaxed, we read in newspapers, we heard in TV, everywhere, every day GDP is becoming low, GDP is low, GDP is low, like that. So what will happen is if GDP becomes low, we will fall into economic crisis. Maybe due to that reason, our lockdown is being relaxed at various levels because production activity came to a standstill. There was no production, no transport of raw materials, and the industries didn't work, factories didn't work, there was no work for anyone. Throughout the country, we faced this problem. Except few fields, all were closed. So we faced a lot of problems. So to overcome that, this has been relaxed to some extent. Okay, so what is GDP is nothing but the cost of products or whatever is being earned or whatever is being produced, all these come. And here I'll tell you an example children. Now supposing we have production of cotton, and that cotton is made into cloth, and the cloth is made into ready-made goods. Cloth we are not using as it is, we are making into different forms whichever we want. So shirt is a final product children. Final product is nothing but which is directly consumed. Either it can be rice or it can be a shirt, okay, which is directly used, no need to process it further. So intermediate good is cloth. Intermediate means which has to be processed further, which cannot be used like that. So from raw material something is made, and that has to be finally made into something useful so that it is directly used by the people. Okay, so for GDP what is considered? Cost of cotton is not considered, cost of cloth is not considered, but cost of shirt is considered. I'm just giving you a simple example so that you will be able to understand children. So like that, final product price only will be considered for GDP, because everywhere you can't go on take into consideration all the economic wherever money is involved children, so sales and purchases and all those. Okay, so now that is about GDP. Now you all know whatever works come under these three sectors. Primary is agricultural, secondary is industrial, and third, tertiary is services sector. Okay, so these three are economic activities. Everywhere throughout the country people do work to earn money, and that is called as an economic activity. Is it clear? And later on what happens is, you have in this textbook we have pie charts children. Pie charts are there which will give you an information like why there is a shift of people from one sector to another, like this. Different pie charts are there. I will be keeping the pages to you. You can go through them. Tables are there because at certain areas, like if you take agricultural sector, you have urban and rural. Number of people working in agricultural sector in urban areas will be less, because our country is basically an agricultural country. Most number of people depend on agriculture. This was once upon a time, but now what is happening, as service sector is being increased, as industries are increased and services are increased, automatically what is happening, there is a shift of people from agricultural sector to industrial and service sector. Okay, so those we can find out from the pie charts, and we have to discuss is why there is a shift from one sector to another. Earlier, if 74% of people were in the agricultural sector, now it is only 47% of people. Why? Because they face lot of problems in producing crops. Either it can be lack of money, or it can be lack of water, or maybe they are not getting proper help from the government. And sometimes due to natural calamities like cyclones or even droughts, they are not able to get their yield properly. And so what is happening when they take loans from others, they are not able to repay the loans, and you used to see in news also that farmers are committing suicide. These might be some of the reasons. And some people, what they are doing, they are getting fed up due to continuous failure of crop. What are they doing? They are having a feeling that in towns and cities they can earn money by doing any sort of work. So they are shifting from rural areas to urban areas. Okay, so here after coming here, they are doing odd jobs. Odd jobs means like either doing some construction works, working as construction laborers, or they are selling vegetables, or they are becoming domestic maids, or they are becoming rickshaw pullers, or selling fruits or vegetables on the roadside. Like this, any work they are doing. Understood? So they have a feeling that they can get some sort of income, because in agriculture throughout the year they don't get any proper income. So that shift of sectors also is a criteria here, and different pages are in different pages of the textbook you have pictures, and try to analyze them, children. Then you will have a proper idea as to why there is a shift. Understood? And into which sector the people are becoming more, because as literacy level increases, automatically service sector percentage will increase. Okay, and at the same time there is a table in page number 35, children. So you can look through that. First you listen to me, and then you can look into that page. So there is a shift of rural to urban, children. What is happening? Rural to urban means mostly industries and services are more located in urban areas. So what is happening? There is a shift from agricultural sector to industrial sectors. And here they have given you in rural areas and urban areas, and also as per sex, that is male or female. How many number of male are working in industrial sectors? How many members are working in agricultural sector, like that. Yes. And after that, after observing that carefully, you can analyze that in which sector women are working more, in which sector women are working less, or in which sector you find both together working more. So like that you have to analyze, children. Now coming to the point, production and employment. What is the difference between, or the relation between the two, or what is the difference? The difference is production means producing something. Either it can be production of goods or crops or whatever it is. Okay, production process. So in the production process, what happens is we need raw materials. All the four factors of production, children, recollect that. Four factors of production. What are they? Land, labor, capital, organization. Land, anyhow production has to take place in a factory, or agriculture means land. Okay, then capital means you need money to invest. In agriculture means either for purchasing seeds, fertilizers and all, or if it is factory you need raw materials, and then you need labor. Labor are the people who work in factories. Machines just don't run on their own. And in this context, I will tell you, you need to buy machinery at a time. So you need to spend more money on machinery. You need labor also. So in the production process, it creates employment. That is, people get jobs when an industry is set up. Understood? So in the so both are related to each other. People get employment, or people get jobs in the production process. Even after the goods are produced in the factory, they are to be transported to the markets. So okay, so that is service sector, and then sale of goods will be taking place. Okay, so here in the context, we know that employment is generated by establishing factories and industries. Okay, so now after this, the three sectors, you know, economic sectors, the sum of all the works being done, all these three sectors is called GDP. Understood? It is considered all three. Either it can be services, working as a teacher, or working as a lawyer, or working as a doctor. At the same time, you also have people who are producing goods. Understood? So now again, next, an important concept is there in this lesson, children, that is called as organized and unorganized sectors. So what is organized and unorganized sectors? Generally what happens is, you have different works, and we have one thing that educated people will get better jobs, uneducated will do odd jobs. So coming to the point, organized means, you all know the word called organized. Organized means in a systematic manner, it is well organized. And unorganized means which is not organized. In simple words, those who are making BDs or agarbatis at home, or you have Swadruhas make sweets and sell, like this, these are all called odd jobs or come under unorganized sector. Either construction works, vegetable selling of vegetables, or selling milk, or whatever it is. Okay, a person who is working as a tailor or anything like that, all come under unorganized. And organized means a systematic way, industries, well established industries which work as per the acts and laws of the government, give proper salaries. Okay, so these are organized sectors. Like it can be industries, government in the offices, all these come under organized sectors. So clear description is given in the books, children. So take time, slowly go through them, and what you have to do is, just whatever you could write about organized sector and unorganized sector, you will make a point. Either you can write as a paragraph what all come under this, and unorganized sector also, like what all works you have observed or you are being observing. Because in organized sector you have salaries, paid holidays will be there, health facilities will be there, or even house rent will be there, or even mainly job security will be there. That is, you cannot be removed from the office. But in an unorganized sector, even factories also, casual workers will be there. We have discussed about casual workers in your previous classes. Those people, when work is more, they will be taken into work. When there is not much work, demand is less, so they are thrown out of the job. Okay, so this type of things are being done. So these people come under unorganized, because they don't know when they will have work, when they will not have work. But in organized sector, definitely they will have monthly salaries, and they will have paid holidays, all sorts of facilities will be there, job security will be there, and they will be working as per the rules and regulations issued by the government. And in unorganized sector, nothing of that sort will be there. They will not have proper income, they will be working for long hours, they will be paid very less, and they can't even question why, because it is unorganized sector. They know that very well, and as per that only they will work. Okay, children, so just go through the pages. It is in page number 38 and 39 also, children. You just go through it. And even before that, you have shift of people from one sector to another. I told you, just see those, observe them, and if you can't always see from the phone, you just draw roughly and try to analyze them, because they have given you an example of persons who do various works, one organized employee and one unorganized worker, like that they have given. So all that you can go through, and any doubts, children, you can call me or you can message to me. Only one thing I want you is, just go through the lesson immediately after I finish off. You just see once, because the explanation will be fresh in your mind. You go through the lesson, anything which you didn't understand, which you wanted to say to me, you can message to me or you can call and ask me. Okay, children? Thank you. In the next class, once again, don't think that we finished up the lesson in one class. We'll again, once again discuss, because meanwhile, if I get any messages or anything, again that also will be discussed in the next class. Okay, children? Thank you.